Hey folks, I'm shit at speaking in general, so aye. Anyway, so this is a new series of videos I'm going to do. Deathtrap, World of Van Helsing, Deathtrap, whatever way you want to put it. I've played it a little bit before. As you can see, I've got a previous character, Mercenary, level 5. That is the only other character I've got. As you can see me flicking between them. I've not tried the sorcerer, is it called? Yeah, sorceress. Sorry, sorceress. It's very important that. I've not tried one of them yet. I've not even tried the marksman yet. This is a fresh start, single player. I might try some multiplayer later on, and I'm just going to do a series of videos going through the game and the leveling, the process, and seeing how we get with it, because it is a game that I quite enjoy, but it does get quite samey after a couple of levels, so I have to kind of put it down for a while and then pick it back up. So we're going to jump straight in here. I don't know if it'll give us an intro or anything. It does. So if you haven't seen anything like this before, then
that we call the
here it is.
There are some forbidden islands in the void, like the stronghold that the ancients built to stop the monsters. Some say that the first swarm burst out of the Inkheart ages ago, and the beasts kept coming back until the traps took care of them. But the last cycle was 1,000 years ago, and the strongholds fell into ruins. I'm a hunter, and I've been chasing down the beasts of the Ink for a while. Recently, I got bored, and I needed a new challenge. When I heard that the ancient forts hide some legendary monsters, I decided to try my luck among the ruins. But the portal that brought me here vanished, and I heard the terrible sound of the chaos portals opening. The new cycle is here. The hunting season has just begun.
In the future I'll get my son to do the voice. The one from Halo. He's 14 years old and he's got a deeper voice than me. It's terrifying. So, welcome to the Deathtrap Strongholds, a network of defensive fortifications that you will be defending. You must repel the invaders swarming from the Inkheart, an otherworldly realm beyond our own. Yes! First battle. Your first assignment is the defense of the Darkmoor Stronghold. Select it with the X button to see details about this battle. Okay. Minions! Let us introduce a brand new feature, the Minions. These small but fierce and loyal creatures will always follow you, regardless of the size of the attacking horde. Congratulations, you have been, what the fuck man, rewarded the domesticated Vricolac rare minion. Oh yeah, because the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing, that was free to play, not free to play, one of the games for gold, roughly about a year ago, and at the moment Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing 3 is currently free to download for gold subscribers. So if you've got that, get the game. It is actually good fun to play through. I might do one of those eventually. If you think that's a good idea, send me a message either on Twitter, Facebook, Xbox Live or YouTube. I'm on all platforms as Manscout Gaming, and I do my best to respond to them all and follow back if you feel so inclined. But anyway, now the plug's out of the way. So I'll jump to the minions. So minion card, you have to pick up a minion card to benefit from the minions enchantments. There are 3 different types of minions ranked according to the rarity of their cards. The rarer the card, the more powerful your minion will be. You can buy new minion cards. Scroll down with the store's special offers. Go figure. Have fun with your first minion, which you will get for free, which is the tamed Rusalka. And the other one that I've got is this one here, the domesticated Vricolac. 20% damage to lightning based skills, and this one is 20% damage against frozen enemies. So I don't know how to get the other ones yet. I'll equip, excuse me, that one. Yes, I will probably burp, cough and sneeze unashamedly down the mic. I do apologise for that right now. It's the only apology you'll get. So skills I'm not going to bother with, character sheet I'm not going to bother with, we're going straight into the map. And we're going to start battle options, difficulty, assignment with then press X to start. You'll finish all the first tier maps you unlock scenario. Okay, this is going to probably be horrific. I'm going to start on the normal difficulty. Can't remember how much essence that's what you used to buy your traps with and upgrade them. I can't remember how much you start with, and I might not have enough to get enough traps to kill the fuckers as they come through, because it is a tower defense game at the end of the day. But we'll jump in, we'll see what happens, and we'll see how it goes. If I die, I die. The objective of the game is to kill them as they're spawning. You get so many in every wave, there's usually 3 waves, and you've got to keep them away from the portal. If even one of them gets to the portal, then you're fucked, it's game over, you get fuck all. If you stop them all, you get rewards. Gold, equipment, gems, and sometimes even the very coveted, what are they called, dream shards, which you usually only get by buying from the store. So tower defense, as I said, battles in Deathtrap are tower defense style skirmishes where you have to fight waves of monsters with traps and your character. Gates, that dome of blue energy on the pedestal is a gate. Actually more purple, to be honest. Monsters will try to reach it and enter the real world. If a monster reaches the gate, or if you die, it costs you gate points. The green bar tracks how many you have left, the red bar shows how many monsters left in the game. Okay, so if 20 of them get through, it's over. But if a boss gets through, like happened to me the other day on my other character, it cunts you instantly. Monster paths. So yep, like any tower defense game, you can see the paths they are taking. The red line that runs into the gate shows the path the monsters will take to get there. Follow it using the L stick and find a suitable spot to fight. If you find yourself in a tough situation, you can manipulate the game by using the right stick, left or right, to manipulate the speed. Focus! Oh, for fuck's sake. The marksman needs focus to activate combat skills. This resource does not regenerate on its own. To regain focus, the marksman must cloak himself, which automatically happens when he spends 2 seconds without attacking and away from enemies. So I don't have to cloak myself, it just does it. Okay. Well cloaked enemies know the marksman. He also receives 30% of his movement speed and 4% health regeneration and regains focus at a rate of 10 seconds by default. Jesus fucking Christ, this cunt's OP.
What is hiding among
Can I go now?
ruins?
So I'm going to put it up to top
Let's
speed.
find out.
So here's the path here. Building traps. This is a good place to build some traps. Press left trigger when you're standing next to a mechanical pylon or floor cover to access trap build menu. As you can see, you get these little mad little squares on the ground here, and you get these bits here. In later levels they are different. In this one we've got turrets and spike, magma and acid traps I believe it is, but I don't think I've unlocked them yet. So at the moment they're all coming down from the middle here. Now you would think it's a good idea to place your traps as early on next to the gate as possible and start ganking them. But in the next wave they're going to start coming out from this bit up here. Right up here. They're coming from this gate. You'll then have to build them as close to that gate as possible. So it's usually a good idea in these kind of games to build them at a nexus. Now this bit here is what I call the nexus. You've got the gate there, you've got that gate, and you've got another gate, possibly 2 gates up here where they can spawn from, and they will come down. So if you have all the traps closer together, there's more chance of them doing more damage. So there's 2 turrets here. There is the ground trap. This ground trap wouldn't be too bad because you can set up an acid trap. Let's see, there we go, acid geyser there, which sprays jets of corrosive toxin within the area when enemies step on the trap. Enemies are also afflicted by 30% vulnerability against physical damage for 10 seconds. It does not stack with itself. So we'll build that trap there. And it shows you down the bottom corner. Essence. Building traps costs essence. You get a set amount before each wave and you gain some more by killing monsters. Besides traps, you can fight monsters with your skills. These are activated by pressing the corresponding buttons on the controller, and you can see, like other games in this kind of perspective, like Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing itself, Diablo 3, Sacred 3, I know there's another one but I can't think of its name right now. But anyway, I'll show you the button layouts and you map them yourself to what skills you best suit your playstyle. If you're hurt, enemies you can quickly regain your health by drinking potions. Note that after drinking a health healing potion, you have to wait some time before you can drink another one. I've not really had to use much health potions in the course of my previous gameplays. Granted, I've only managed to get to level 5, but I tend to sell most of my healing potions, which gets you more gold for buying better equipment. And waves start, as you can see at the bottom. Once you've familiarized yourself with the skills and built enough traps, press... Is that the menu button or the back button? I can never remember. Anyway, that button now with the 2 screens on it to open a wave info window. Then press the start button to start the wave. Another good thing about this is when you press that button, the wave info window, it shows you the creatures that are going to come. So there's going to be 7 kobold, war fiend. So anyway, the map gives you an overview of the monster routes and trap locations. The list on the right shows the general monster composition of the next wave. When you select a specific monster type, it highlights yada yada yada, down down down. The chaos portals where a specific monster will emerge, and you press A, and if you press A, you can read important details. For example, the strengths and weaknesses or special abilities of the monsters, which is all great to know, but at the moment I've got limited access to what I can gank them with. So there's going to be 7 kobold war fiends, there's going to be 4 horned abomination, and there will be 3 eater of the dead. Lovely. Now, I don't think there's anything special on this map at the moment. I can't see anything. But I've still got 150 essence. I've got an acid trap set here to gank these motherfuckers as they come down. What I'm going to do is, because I'm not going to fire that off actually. Oh, that is nice. I don't even know what these do. That's a weakness thing, that's the same as the other one. So X is the main attack. It goes daka daka daka, pew pew pew. A is obviously a nice big boost attack. And then I go into stealth mode. Nice. And B is a weakness one that weakens everything on the map. But with these ones here, I'm going to build turrets. So as the guys come down here, they're going to hit this acid, they're going to get weakened, and these turrets should open fire on them. And I'm going to stand here and go daka 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 daka. I'm going to put this into an acid trap as well because I've got the points. I may as well, it's extra damage, and in the long run there's going to be an extra wave coming along this direction next time, and in the third wave there will probably be an extra one coming along here, and they'll all coalesce around here as they head towards the portal along this red line. So I'm going to kick off the wave now by pressing that button followed by this button. As you can see, I'll run up here just now. Here they come now. There you go, acid hits them, turrets go daka daka daka, and they are hunting. So there's 7 left, which is these guys here. There we go, getting sprayed by acid. And gankety 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 gank. First wave is completed. Over, just like that. So as a result, I'm getting 150 essence gathered. 5 monsters killed, 9 killed by traps, damage to gate, none. Good start. So, there we go, on to wave 2. We can see that the second wave is coming down here. Once again, you will think, yeah, I'll place it here, that will get them, as they're coming out, kill them before they get too far. What the fuck was that? That's my little pet following me. I'm just going to look in the woods here. Sometimes you get extra enemies that appear in the woods that will give you bonuses. But you can only kill them during a wave. There's nothing there, I can't see anything. Let's double check the map. It usually appears a little kind of horned skull thing on the map, but I can't see any just now. Once I see them, I will point them out to you. So, here we are. So we've got 150 points. This one always gets me. I can't decide whether to smack it here or throw them into here. I probably should throw them into these 3 here. Then it would be probably worthwhile to try this out. I know I said you shouldn't, but we'll put that as a acid trap and we'll activate these 2 turrets. And that should weaken them as they're coming down here. If any survive, then this turret should feasibly daka 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 gankety gankety gank. And we'll start it off straight away again. Here we go.
Wave
There is
started.
extra mobs in the second wave. And you can see them in the top right corner on the radar. They're coming down. And they are not getting through. And you can kill them yourself. But you don't do as much damage early on as your traps do. Either way, you get extra essence for it. Here you can see them coming down the right hand path now. I'm gonna have to step in a bit. Nice turret ganking those rounds. Ooh, that guy's a bit tougher. And that's the wave complete. Just like that. Now this is the first mission. It is technically a tutorial mission. Difficulty, I probably could have done it, but I didn't want to fail in the opening video, you know, because that would be embarrassing. Actually probably quite funny, to be honest. So once this was done, whether I succeed or fail, I'll jump on straight back in and put it onto the hardest difficulty, and we'll see how it goes from there. Sorry, I was just taking a drink there. Not because I've got like a dry throat or anything, it's just, you know, vodka and coke shouldn't be wasted. So, now you can see, we now have 3 red intersecting lines showing the path that they all take, and you can see they're coalescing on this nexus here, which leads to the gate. Which, you know, I'm going to stand here like Gandalf screaming, "You shall not pass." So we'll run back up and we'll have a look at the path they're going to follow down. So they're spawning here, which is a good thing. So they're going to come down here and they are going to try and get by there. Now I can't upgrade any of my traps, that comes later on, so I am as well as setting up this as an acid geyser and setting up these turrets.
These traps are eager to taste blood.
Oh, you hear that? They're eager to taste blood. Fucking traps. Deadpool would have a field day with that. Now, I've got 51 points. And, you know what? I'm not going to spend them. I don't think I'll need them. Setting up any further traps is probably superfluous at this point. So, we're going to keep it going. Just double check, see if there is anything special. What the fuck was that down the bottom corner there? Nothing. It just looks like I've seen something to gank out with the usual mobs. So, here we go, 3rd wave incoming. Oh, there's another thing. So it's showing you the enemies at the side there. So the Kobold Warfiends, the Horned Abominations, the Eater of the Dead, and also the Kobold Tusker, which is kind of a mini boss. But down the bottom here is the Quaglord Giant. Giggity giggity. That is the boss. You get one of them in every map, usually on the last wave. Tend to be a lot tougher. Some of them in later waves have buffs and little minions that they spawn that disable your traps and you have to kill them. But we'll have more on that when I get to them. So here we go. Wave's going to start right now.
Wave started.
At the moment, I've just got the bog standard stuff. Not upgrades, you do get better equipment. Oh, here he comes. Whittle these fuckers down. Kobold Tusker.
Level completed.
There we go. So, 2 stars completed. I've leveled up to level 2. Good progress towards level 3. I think that's 8 skill points.
And how do you like that?
There's a nice little chest there. So I've got 3 healing potions. As I said, you get fucking lots of those. Enforcer Duster Coat. Fuck, I missed that. I shouldn't have moved. So I've got a gold belt and a blue coat. Now if we run around, you sometimes find the keys for extra chests. If you've got a key, an extra chest will spawn. At least it has in my previous experience. Excuse me. Let's have a quick look. There's also, if you're on Xbox One, an achievement for selling traps. Can't remember how many it is. All you do is click left trigger to modify trap and you press X. At this stage in the game, it will give you fuck all back at all. Oh shit, I built a trap there. Oops. Not entirely a bad thing. Oh, there we go, it's just popped for me. I don't know if you can see that. Rare achievement, adapt or die. You sold 20 traps. You can't see it? Nope. Shame. Right. So my wife was just saying to me in the background there, they can't see that. Now, I don't know if there's any more achievements for selling even more traps, but even still, I shall sell these anyway. Just in case. There we go, that's them all sold. And I'm ready to dodge out. Excuse me. That's not good. I haven't cleared my throat. I don't normally talk this much, so my throat's getting dry. I'll have to take a sip of vodka. As you see, you have gained enough experience to increase your skills and traps. Select one of the plus signs. Okay, so that one's skills, that one's traps. As I said, Deadpool would have a field day. I said Deadpool, not Deadpool. There's a difference. So we've got the combat skills here. Trap skills and world skills. So combat skills, these are ones that you use directly in combat with the enemy. So that is my X button skill, as you can see in the bottom right corner of the panel. A basic ranged attack that deals physical damage to a single target. 47 damage, 20% of damage. Changes at next level, 53 damage, 22.5%. So I can level that up using my points, which I have 3 of. And these are the buffs towards it. These are passive skills. Buffs, essentially. So that one shoots bolts at the enemies, dealing poison damage equal to 2% of the original damage per second for 4 seconds. So that's a nice little dot added onto it, which at this stage in the game isn't really necessary apart from the bosses. But shoot poisons enemies, dealing poison damage equal to 2% of the original damage per second. And the other one is extends the damage effect of the shoot skill to enemies around the original target, so it adds AoE to it. So your main attack can apply dots and AoE once you've got enough skill points. This one, launch a projectile that creates a 0.5 meter wide, 15 meter long gas streak that deals poison damage to enemies caught in its path. So it's essentially the world's most deadliest projectile fart. They're also poisoned and take additional damage for 5 seconds, so that is naturally a dot and it damages enemies along the path. Additional 6% additional damage per second, changing it next level. And as you can see, usual thing. So if you're ready to play, active skill, all traps within 10 meters of your character generate much more essence from each skill they perform for the duration of the skill. So that would be useful for boosting your traps, so that you can then upgrade and build bigger, better traps for succeeding waves. It increases damage over time effects of all traps and decreases the build and upgrade cost of poison type traps. Is the one actually, I think. Is that another trap I'm thinking of? I might be getting confused. But here we have the active skill. This is the purple one that I wasn't sure of. Causes all damage over time effects, including those caused by traps, to deal increased damage for a short time. So it adds extra dot damage. Passive skill increases starting essence of for all missions. So that'll be a really good one to have. And decreases the construction cost of all traps. So both of these, I'll put a point into them next. And then I'll into that. So there you go, I've put 2 points into that and 1 into this. As you can see from that one, I must be level 3 to upgrade that further. and that's as much as I can do in the traps and skills. So we go to traps. Now this is how you upgrade your traps. It's a bit more in depth, because if we go to the upgrade traps, here you can improve your traps by purchasing battle upgrades or general upgrades for them. Battle upgrades can be built during missions to enhance traps, while general upgrades provide permanent bonuses once purchased. Press A to spend points or press X to withdraw them. So we'll go to the Acid Geyser one, the one that you've seen several times now. So we'll click on that. Now to the left and the right, these two that you see highlighting and flashing now, these are again the buffs for the trap. So that one increases the damage, that's the one on the left, by 10% a level. And I don't know how many levels you can put on them. And this one decreases trap reset time by 0.1 second per level. Now, once the trap kicks off, it has to cool down for a certain amount of time before it kicks off again. So if you're in a big match, like much later levels, where there's constantly enemies going across it, there will be times when your traps are shut down and not doing anything while there's enemies passing across and it's not causing them damage. So this will help with that, but at the moment we don't have to worry about it because we're not going to be at that stage for a while, and it'll be upgraded to a stage where it can be useful before then anyway. Now at the bottom now you can see the 1, 2 and 3, and they've each got 3 stars each. So these are all different things. So enemies are poisoned, taking 5% per level of the original damage for 6 seconds. Physical vulnerability is increased by 60%, 30% a level, and each attack generates a toxic cloud which remains in place for 3 seconds. Enemies entering the cloud take 10% per level of the original damage per second. As you can see, they're all very useful. That one especially, is because when your trap is on shutdown and not causing any damage, not actively causing damage, it still has that cloud above it. So enemies pass through and they're still taking a little bit of damage from it. And they each have 3 stages, which tells you the build cost to upgrade. So the first stage is 10 for the poison, then second stage is 15, and then 20 essence. So upgrades are good, but you have to balance how much essence you have available to get the job done. So what I'm going to do is, I've got 8 points to spend here. I am going to increase the damage of the geyser traps. I'm not going to bother with this reset time, but I will add in the poison damage to 1 level. And I'm going to jump over to the turrets. So allows you to increases damage by 10% on the first passive and increases attack range. So I'll do both of those by 1, and slow enemies are slowed with that one, but it's going to cost me 15 points to upgrade that on the turret and increase damage by 30%. That's all the points spent. Now you can see there's plenty of locked ones there, and you can see the blue bars in amongst them, and that's how far I am to unlocking them. We'll jump along to this one, that's the furthest. See, to unlock this trap, deal 100,000 physical damage. So you can see I'm quite far on with that. There's other ones: immobilize, stun or freeze 250 enemies. Finish the level without spending 50% of the total available essence. That'll be interesting. So that's what you've got to do. That's what you've got to do those. So hopefully with this one having the buff on it to enemies are slowed by 15%. So to unlock this trap, cause slow effect 100 times. Hopefully that'll start building this up, and basically that's how you get them going. And then at a certain stage, in order to unlock these traps, you need to beat 8 different maps. You've completed 1 so far. Yeah, rub it in, why don't you? 13 maps. And obviously it gets more and more difficult as
My weapons are ready.
I don't know if any of you could have heard me with that. I think my thing has been disconnected the whole way. We'll find it when I upload it. I'll put it into 3 times speed and we shall get this trap going.
Here we go. Everything is
So
ready.
60 points available for upgrades. So what's that again? That is the enemies are poisoned, taking 5% of the level of original damage. That's 10 essence. And we have these, which are increases base damage, and enemies are slowed. So we'll slow them with that one. And 15 essence, 15 essence. And we'll slow them with this one. So we'll kick it off.
Wave started.
I need to change my broadcast overlay again. I put it in the wrong fucking place. I'll get this now. Sorry, I can manage it. Oh, that was close. So I'm hoping while the gun slow those guys down,
Wave completed.
it will help unlock that other trap. So they're coming down from this one now. I've got 170 points. So I shall what I'll do
These
is
beauties could destroy an army.
rattle it into those, and I'll keep those 50 points for now.
Wave started.
Can't see any extra mobs.
Great.
So we
Just
shall...
when I wanted to open a bottle.
Oh dude, I've already got a bottle open. Probably... Yeah, we'll get that going. As I said, this is our kind of tutorial level. Oh, if we get through, it's going to cause problems when I get to the boss.
Wave
I
completed.
did not think this through. I did not think this through. But as they say, mistakes were made. Big mistakes.
Traps are ready.
Get that upgraded to extra damage. We shall build
These
that.
traps need essence.
Oh, I don't have enough essence. Well, there's not much else I can really do about it. I can upgrade that, and let's hope for the best.
Wave started.
Kick it in and see what happens.
They are
27
still
enemies.
coming.
Yeah, they're still coming. They want to get to the real world. We're getting the fast ones coming down here.
Final challenge.
Yes. Fine.
There we go.
Level
And it's
completed.
done. 3-star completion. Hard difficulty solo, but I only got 2 stars. God damn it. Not good.
Victory at last.
But I got a ring, and some gold, and some healing potions, and topaz shards. Now shards are used for upgrading your equipment. It is not something I have done much of. I'm just going to quickly sell these traps, just in case. think there's another achievement, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to check that. In fact, I'll check it in just a moment. There's no traps there. And I think that's all the traps. Awesome sauce, so that's us done. We shall jump back out to the world map. Now that is at 42 minutes now. That's quite long for a video. I know a lot of people get bored quite soon in if you're not being too engaging, and you know, I'm not the most engaging of people. I have a shitty voice. So, just need to check this quickly. Damn it, I need to get those 3 stars. Anyway, I'm going to stop it here and then restart it up straight away. So if you bear with me a few minutes, I shall be back in just a second. Quite a strange saying that, really.